Hey, my name is Alfarouk I'm a fourth year economics and communication double major, and this is.
Numan Sayed. I'm a biotech major, fourth year from the East Bay.
I'm also from the East Bay. I actually met Noman at the first time I met him was at the MSA West event, which was in January, and I briefly met him. Not too, we didn't really keep in contact or anything like that. But then I ran into him again at the PSA banquet, which is the Pakistani Student Association banquet that they had a couple weeks ago. And when I ran into Noman, I had this term project in mind, and I told him about the project, and he was actually very helpful and very excited to help out. And so we kept in contact and actually learned a lot about Noman, his culture, and he has a very interesting background, and surprisingly, a lot of similarities. So first, we're gonna talk about a little bit about the languages we speak. I speak Arabic and English. I spoke Arabic first. I was actually born in Yemen, and I came to America when I was only 9 months old, but my mom and dad spoke to me in Arabic at home, and so my first language was Arabic. But going to school, I learned a lot more English than I did Arabic, and slowly my English improved a lot more. And I actually now prefer to speak English just because I'm more knowledgeable in the language. However, I always try to keep my Arabic keep updated and speak it whenever I get a chance. At home, I always speak Arabic to my parents. It just feels really weird when I speak to them in English, just because we grew up. They really wanted me to learn Arabic, and they encouraged it. How about you?
Well, I was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, and I spent a little over 10 years there. And when I came over here to Northern California, to the East Bay, uh, pretty much the languages I knew were Urdu and English. So the first thing I want to talk about was when I first started school, like kindergarten. My English was terrible. My kindergarten teacher had to tell my parents that you need to practice more English with him because he barely speaks any. And now I've been so fluent in English that I've almost forgotten my Urdu. But there's still some words here and there that I still can hold on to. But conversations become a little bit difficult for my grandparents, and that was pretty much the reason why. Because I used to live with my grandparents, and all we would speak at home was Urdu. So once they left, I kind of made the switch.
I could definitely relate to that. I know one of the best stories that I have, or that my parents love telling everyone, is when me and my siblings were younger, we used to actually mix up or combine Arabic and English, which is pretty hilarious. For example, if I wanted to make a word into like a verb in English, we can add the ing. So like cooking, cook, and then you add on the ing and it's cooking. In Arabic, the word for cook is tabh, and so if somebody asked me a question or I was answering something and I wanted to like tell somebody that blah 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 is cooking, I would say there was boching, and I'd add the ing to boch, and everybody would always look at me like, what is that? Like, just invented your own language? Like, I don't know. That's pretty hilarious. Did you ever do that? Did you ever like mix up words at all?
Yeah, but more in the English language. Just because everything that we say in Urdu is kind of the opposite. So when you're speaking the language, you're kind of speaking backwards in English. So when I was in school, I used to say, like, when class was over, oh, did the ring bell? But really, what you want to say is, did the bell ring? So I would say things like that. I would say things the opposite instead of saying them the right way.
So we're going to say some random words, and we're gonna say them in first in English, and then we'll say them in Arabic, then we'll say them in Urdu. So the first word, water. In Arabic, it's may.
And in Urdu, it's pani.
The next word is shirt. In Arabic, it's qamis.
And in Urdu, it's banyan.
The next word is hair. In Arabic, it's sha'ar.
And in Urdu, it's bal.
Shoes. In Arabic, it's jazma.
And in Urdu, it's jute.
The next word is bathroom. In Arabic, it's hammam.
And in Urdu, it's sundas.
Mouth. In Arabic is fam.
In Urdu, it's mu.
To our surprise, there's actually a lot of similar words in Arabic and Urdu also. For example, the word for chair in Arabic is kursi.
Same thing for ours, it's kursi as well.
Or the word book in Arabic is kitab.
Same exact thing.
Another similar word that we found was pants. And how would you guys say that in Urdu?
Well, we say shalwar.
And we say sirwal. So it's very similar. It might not be exactly the same, but it's very similar. And I think one of the reasons this is because we're both, like, what do you think the reason for having very similar?
I think because of the religious background that we both have.
We're both Muslims. And
the fact that there was a lot of Islam in India and as well, of course, in Yemen. So a lot of the vocabulary that might have been changed in Urdu because there's two main languages in India. It's Urdu or it's Hindi. And Hindi is more of a language for the Hindus and Urdu is more of a language for the Muslims. So ours is pretty much a mixture of Arabic and Hindi, which is equal to Urdu.
it's actually pretty cool because Noman was actually telling me that he not only can read and write and speak in Urdu, but he can also read in Arabic. And that comes from his religious background also, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little different because it's not very often that you hear someone can read in a language, can write in a language, but can't speak the language. But the most important thing in our religion is to be able to read and write, and understanding it is pretty difficult. So some people are able to master it and some aren't. Fortunately, I'm not one of them.
Yeah, I speak Arabic myself, and trying to understand the proper Arabic, specifically the proper Arabic in the Quran, that's really difficult. Like, I really have to think about it myself. So, besides Arabic and Urdu, you were in Chicago, and I don't really. We learning in linguistics, we learned a lot about like the different accents or dialects that we had, English accents. So, in Chicago, when you came here the first time, talk a little bit about what you like found different or were confused at, or like people confused, or like.
I found a lot of things different when it came to the way people spoke, the way people dressed, the way people acted. It was like I felt like I was kind of in a different country, but then again, around that time, in the late 90s, things were also a little bit different. For example, whenever we were trying to explain something and say there was a lot of it, people in Chicago would say, "Oh, that's mad cool."
Yeah, we'd say hella.
Yeah, so you'd say hella cool. So when I first heard that, I was just like, What are you talking about? That's like, what does that mean?"
Yeah, I know. When you told me, I was mad. I was like, it doesn't make any sense at all. Mad, cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
But one of my favorites was the word tire.
Oh yeah.
When you say tire.
Well, it's it's kind of like a little bit of a dialect. You know, people in Alabama are going to sound funny to the people in California, and people in California are going to sound funny to people in New York because of the way that they use the letter A. So whenever we say certain words like tire in the East Coast, it's tire, or it's mad, not mad, or also it's basketball, not basketball. But you could say to an extent, a lot of people argue that it's just uneducated people, but that's just the culture over there.
So, like, what do you think? Would you consider yourself to have like a Chicago accent, or are you like?
I might have had one when I was younger, but I was probably too young to remember if I did or not. And the fact that I came here right before I became a teenager made it so that if I did, I probably lost it right away.
And one quick question that last point that I want to bring up, like, what's when you're thinking in your head, do you ever think in Urdu, or do you think always in English?
No, I always think in English, and whenever I'm speaking to someone in my family and they're speaking to me in Urdu, I'm trying to connect all the words that are supposed to be in Urdu in English first. So when I'm trying to say a sentence, like for example, I'm trying to say, oh, brother, can I get a glass of water? I have to think in my head, okay, I gotta first say, Are bhai, and then I gotta say, ek glass pani deo. So the fact that I kind of have to I can't really have a full conversation going because people are gonna think I'm slow, I can't catch up, or I can't say the words fast enough, so I get kind of tired.
Yeah, I think I'm in like almost the exact same boat. I think in English also, but I think my Arabic, the fact that my parents always made us speak Arabic at home kind of helped, so I could keep up a conversation. But yeah, so it was fun. Last 2 weeks, learned a lot. What surprised me the most is all the different similar words and cultural similarities that we have. But it's been fun, man.
Yeah.
Thanks again.
No problem.